There's a point in the film where he realizes that his original body was destroyed from I think, helicopter crash. So he doesn't know, but I think Vera Farmiga, when he finds his real body, it's like a simulation within a simulation. When he finds his real body, the guy is basically near death, and they're going to use his body as an experiment, or more like a engine to power the source code machine. I just messed with this thing, just cut the friggin' off, which is cool, which is interesting. I mean, that part's really effed up, but the concept of the film was interesting, and it was actually cool that the film wasn't really like an action thriller kind of like movie. I mean, it's an action thriller, but it was more mystery. So when Jake Gyllenhaal really tries to find out who the antagonist is, which he does, it's more of him doing these stunts to maneuver around the train, sometimes going off the train to figure out how to, figure out what other solutions he could provide to the military to stop this bomber from, causing or potentially leading off to another bomb, which eventually they do. And you understand the crazy motivation that the bad guy has, and it's, I think, more of an incel kind of like idea. But and the way he expressed it is crazy. Um, but I think all in all, this film was pretty good. I haven't seen much of Duncan Jones's movies. I've seen Moon. Moon was good. I did not see Warcraft, which is based on the Witch Warcraft game. I've seen Mute, which was not really good. It was not good. I think so far this is his best film, and I really love the concept, and I think this is one of the better films that really exercises that concept. Is what if could you change time if things turned out differently? And I really love the passion that Jake Gyllenhaal's character really tries when he tries to change the timeline. Second best would probably be another film I would recommend is Deja Vu, another underrated, but I think one of Tony Scott's best movies. But Source Code, if you've seen it, comment below. Let me know if you have, what you thought about it, and let me know what is your favorite underrated movie.
Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy, I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry, and today I'm going to talk to you about another film. The Source Code, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Vera Farmiga, Jeffrey Wright, and I think Michelle Monaghan. It's a story about a man or a soldier who was put through a computer simulation that only requires him to go back in time for 8 minutes to relive a certain event. And he has to find out who the bomber is within those 8 minutes time frames. So once he finds the identity of the bomber, he'll be able to they'll stop the bomber from ever bombing more stuff. It's like Deja Vu, and it's like Deja Vu. It's like Tony Scott's Deja Vu, where it's a premise to where you have this character, Jake Gyllenhaal. He goes into this machine, well, forcefully, by I think Colonel whoever Viega Farmiga is. It's been a while since I've seen the film, and she and Jeffrey Wright. I think Jeffrey Wright is the creator or co-creator of the source code, and they briefly explain the event of how it was created. That Jake Gyllenhaal is required. I'm just calling you Jake, bro, to find out who the bomber is. So he relives the simulation, but only for the last 8 minutes before the bomb goes off. So he has to go through a lot of obstacles and a lot of scenarios where he has to do whatever he can to find out any clues that relates to the bomber within those 8 minutes. If he fails at the end of those 8 minutes, he experienced death during that sequence, which sucks, and then he has to do the whole thing over again. It's one of those premises where a character has to find something to get out of a time loop while trying to save somebody of an inevitable death, possibly. It's a concept you've seen before. You've seen it in the movie Deja Vu. You've seen it in, I think, in Edge of Tomorrow, and many others. But I think what separates this film, I think the concept of this film is a little bit more convoluted than most. And this is advertised to be like an action science fiction thriller. Yeah, I mean, there's some action, but it's more of a mystery film where you have this character, Jake Gyllenhaal, really just trying to investigate the cause of the bombing, and he has to question a lot of people who already died on the bomb. And then what I really liked about the film is the concept of possibly changing a timeline, and where it really emphasizes, could we really change this timeline to save everybody? And most particularly with Jake Gyllenhaal's character, he falls in love with Michelle Monaghan's character. And there's a twist towards the end with Jake Gyllenhaal's character. So there's a point in the film where